so many of them, not everyone, but so many of them and some of the interests we're dealing with believe that the way to re-engineer things is to bring total chaos.
Yeah.
And I was talking with someone who is very influential and powerful the other day, and they were talking about what was happening in Syria would help the interests of freedom because chaos ultimately would serve the interests of freedom.
Yeah.
Which is, I've heard that theory a million times. It's as far as I can tell, it's never worked once. So, what you do is you basically slaughter the productive and you encourage the unproductive. And that generally never gets you anywhere.
The other part of it is, we hate the state, we hate the state, we hate the state. But the quiet part of that conversation is, but boy, do we love those sovereign powers. And boy, would we like to use those for our own benefit, not for your benefit.
Well, here's the thing, they're all financed by the state. In other words,
Of course.
they're vacuum cleaning the state credit and the state treasury, and they're using the state to launder all the money out of the pension funds to give to them. But they don't want to pay taxes. They don't want to contribute to the state, and they don't want to respect the rule of law that is behind collecting all those taxes and credit for them.
Tell you what else they don't want. They don't want any transparency at all. They want to work in the dark and use your sovereign powers because those powers belong to we, the people, under the Constitution. But they just want to use those powers for themselves and put a curtain over what they're doing, not let you, the serf, see anything.
Right. Now it's marketing though. It's very important that they always have a marketing pitch that describes why this is helping people.
Oh
So
yeah,
for example, we have Trump with Larry Ellison and Sam Altman at the White House announcing a $500 million Stargate program. And the whole idea is it's going to help end disease for the average American person. And when you listen to it, no, it's going to provide massive taxpayer money working through government contracts, making it look like a private investment, which it's not. It's coming from the taxpayer. And what it's going to do is it's going to fund and build data centers all over the country through the contractors who now have the big contracts at the intelligence agencies and DoD that will be the backbone of the control grid.
yeah,
And the whole thing is spun according to what's good for people, and the lie in it is if you look at what they're proposing to do with mRNA technology, it's basically you're gonna use poison to address, the poisoning that the last vaccines gave you. So it's literally it's a progressive poisoning model. It's basically Operation Warp Speed 2.0 is air cover for building the control grid.
yeah. The poison spiral begins.
Right. So Kennedy has to go into his confirmation hearing probably before the end of the month when Trump has just announced a $500 billion investment in mRNA technology.
Wow,
Okay?
wow, 500 billion.
500 billion. How are you going to handle that one? The
I don't
refiners
know.
fire people on all sides of that discussion are going to come out of the woodwork and we're going to have a huge whole this is going to be a hell of a discussion.
We'll see. My guess is that it's he pitches it as well. We just need to perfect the vaccines. There's nothing inherently wrong with them. We just need to improve quality control.
Right, but if he does that, there's a whole world of people who truly wanna stop the great poisoning, who will completely walk away from him.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right. I don't know what's gonna happen. If you look at what he did on Bitcoin bailout, for all I know, he's gonna embrace mRNA technology.